Hello there. Look what finally came in the mail. So I had originally not intended on picking up anything from the Cross Silhouette line. I typically only build high grade and real grade model kits. The closest thing to a SD Gundam that I picked up was this little Next Edge action figure of the Zeta Gundam. So when they did come out with my favorite Gundam, the Zeta Gundam in the Cross Silhouette line, I had to pick it up because I get everything Zeta. I have a master grade Zeta that I haven't finished building yet, but maybe we'll see that on the channel at some point. Now I also, because of the sight gag here, the Zeta Zaku is my favorite sight. Well, it's probably the best sight gag in the history of Gundam. So I picked up the Zaku as well. So both of these guys came in at the same time, and I just wanted to do sort of like a little unboxing and talk about them, and you'll see a quick build of the Cross Silhouette line. So starting off, looking at the box art, I actually really love this box art. I'm a big fan of the bright, colorful box art as opposed to the sort of dark, typical HG line. It's one of the reasons that I really enjoyed the Iron-Blooded Orphans box art because it was such a far cry from the existing, dark backgrounds and things like that. I think that the art on here is fantastic. I really enjoy it. And I dig that it comes with two inner frames, one in the SD proportions and one in the cross silhouette proportions. I'll probably be building them in the cross silhouette proportions, and I might save one of the SD frames, and because my wife has one of the SD RX-78-2 Gundam, the Gundam Front Tokyo version, and I want to see if it would be possible to make a little Franken Gundam and put this frame inside that Gundam's armor. I mean, let's see. I have not even cracked the tape on this guy, so let's have a look at what we've got inside. It is a smaller box than your typical HG kit, which isn't surprising. It's a much smaller unit. So here we've got the Zeta opened first. We've got some eye stickers. I do like that it comes with two different versions of the eye stickers, both the eyes and then, just kind of a plain black, it looks like. So yeah, we'll see which one I go with there. Not a whole lot in the way of sprues. It looks like there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 sprues. We've got our instruction manual here. Got ads for the Nightingale and the Zaku. This is actually really surprising to me to see. Well, okay, so they typically do this. They print one side in black and white and one side in color, but most of the instructions are actually in color because of that. Most of the there's a little bit of instruction here on the black and white side, but it looks like most of the finishing touches here are actually in color, which is very cool. And now for the Zaku. So we've got our instruction manuals here. Looks like it comes with both the Zaku machine gun, the Zaku bazooka, and a heat hawk. So actually a lot of weapons for an SD kit. Actually, that's something I didn't even look at with the Zeta, is whether it comes with the Hyper Mega Launcher. We'll take a look at that later and see if it does come with the Hyper Mega Launcher. Again, we've got one side printed in full color and one side printed in black and white. but they are very detailed instructions. I'm really pleased with the artwork in these guys. Again, pretty simple. Looks like 4 sprues, even less, which isn't surprising. There's even less to do with the Zaku than there is, and it's almost all one color. And I saw this. This is actually pretty cool. So it looks like it has the moving eye gimmick on there. I don't know if it'll autofocus here. So yeah, it looks like it has that rotating eye gimmick for the mono eye on the Zaku, which is surprising because not even most of the HGs have that feature, so that's pretty cool. As far as I can see from the box, it doesn't show anything about the Hyper Mega Launcher. Oh, yep, see there's the alternate eyes. You can do, your sort of cartoon anime eyes, or you can actually go with the kit-specific eyes. I will probably go with the kit eyes. I'm not a big fan of the kind of googly eyes. Yeah, no Hyper Mega Launcher, which is a little disappointing. Even this little guy actually came with the Hyper Mega Launcher. So let's go ahead, hop in, and build these guys, and you'll see what the completed kits look like. Yeah, so this is actually pretty disappointing, as some of these sprues are kind of falling apart and broken in places. So here we are. My initial thought is that this kit is very cute. I was a little mistaken before when I thought that it came with both the cross silhouette frame and the SD frame. It only comes with the SD frame, but it's compatible with the cross silhouette frame. So that was kind of a bummer to discover that. I guess my plan of converting the Gundam Front Tokyo Gundam into a cross silhouette is going to have to take a back seat. I'm pretty happy with the amount of colors that they got in this kit. You know, yeah, it's only a 4-color kit, but I mean, they really made the most of it. 4, right? Black, white, red, blue, yellow. No, 5. It's a 5-color kit. But they really made the most of those pieces. A little disappointed that they didn't use you have to use stickers to get the red on the backpack. But all in all, I expected the beam saber to be white. All in all, it's pretty decent for an SD kit. The details pretty awesome. You can see a lot of these really fine panel lines. The nubs were really close to the parts on the sprue, which made it difficult for me to get in there with nippers and leave. I like to leave a little bit of extra nub so that when I'm shaving it down with the hobby knife, it's a little easier to get rid of the nub marks. But I guess they pretty much designed it with kids in mind, thinking that they weren't going to use nippers, that they were just going to pop the pieces out by hand. Yeah, all in all, it's a fun little thing to build. Took less than an hour, and I don't know how I feel about painting it. I'm probably going to have to paint it just, for the sake of. I did put the stickers in the eye just so that you could actually see the eyes. And again, I'm super happy with the detail as far as panel lines go. You have the little Zeta logo on the forehead plate there, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a fun little guy. All right, I'm going to say right off the bat that I'm a little offended that the Zaku 2 comes with translucent parts and the Zeta Gundam did not. Obviously, this is part of the Heat Hawk. So clearly, they can do translucent parts on a kit this small. They just chose not to with the Zeta Gundam, which is kind of strange to me. And there we have it. This little guy is adorable. Look at him. He's all kitted to the nines. He's got missile pods on his legs, a bazooka on his back, heat hawk, machine gun. I have to say, I really like the Super Deformed series. And in particular, I think that the Zaku 2, the design of it lends itself really well to be super deformed. It's one of my favorite mobile suits to use in the Super Deformed G Generation Genesis video game. Um, Again, I'm a little disappointed that so much of the color has to come from stickers, but this has a lot of detail for an SD kit. Even though it does kind of serve as a reminder to me why I don't really go for SD kits. There's not a whole lot of articulation, and there's these strange sort of gaps to accommodate for having such a super deformed kit. I will say that of the two that I've got here, the Zaku is way cooler. Not only does it have the translucent parts in the mono eye and the heat hawk, but it also has way more equipment. It has all these weapons. The Zeta Gundam, at the very least, it should have come with a translucent beam saber and a hyper mega launcher. If they were going to go really crazy with it, they could have made a replacement part transformation system like they do with the high grade version. So that's it for these little cute guys. I have to say, I'm a little disappointed that there's no elbow joint. The knee joint I can live without since there's not a whole lot you can do with these guys posability wise. But an elbow joint would have been nice as far as posing the arms goes. The Zaku is absolutely fantastic. The fact that it is just fresh out of the box, the only stickers that it comes with are a couple of stickers for the mono eye and for the lenses on the bazooka and the Zaku machine gun. But other than that, color-wise, out of the box is perfect. And again, the moving mono eye gimmick it's rare even on HGUCs, so to see it on an SD kit is awesome. These little SD guys have an insane amount of detail for how small they are. And again, something about the Zaku's design just lends itself really well to an SD mold. And then, of course, he's kitted out. It's not often that you see the missile pods on the legs. I wish that, I'll probably end up painting the tips of these rockets in red to look more like the actual missile pods. But the fact that you get missile pods, you get the machine gun, you get the heat hawk, you get the bazooka, this guy is armed to the teeth. I almost wish that they put that level of detail into the Zeta, because the Zeta, a lot of the colors have to come from stickers, obviously, and they didn't even actually include stickers for the white part of the tail fin, which is a little disappointing to me. Even though the Zaku comes with translucent parts for the heat hawk and the mono eye, the Zeta doesn't have a translucent beam saber, so that's a little disappointing as well. It only comes with the beam rifle and the beam saber, unless you count the shield as armaments, which I don't necessarily, because for the Zeta, that's really just a piece of the mobile suit. I really wish that it had come with the Hyper Mega Launcher. Again, if you want an SD Zeta Gundam, you're better off in terms of detail and armaments. The Next Edge action figure has a lot better detailing and comes with more accessories than the little cross silhouette Zeta. But again, it's not a terrible kit. It's nothing against the kit itself. It's just that you kind of wish that you had more. One thing I will say, the Next Edge doesn't transform, neither does the cross silhouette Zeta. I kind of wish that they had come up with sort of a crude transformation system like they did with the HGUC, where you have replacement parts and you can... I think that would be really cool to see on an SD kit. I don't think that I've ever seen a transformation gimmick on an SD kit, and I thought that the Zeta would have been an excellent opportunity to try that out. But all in all, I think it looks great, and again, for an SD kit, the detailing on this is fantastic, especially compared to that Gundam Front Tokyo RX-78, which it has a lot of stickers and it has a lot of decals, but the entire backside of the leg is open and things like that. So it's just not a great kit. Um, if you're a fan of SDs, I will say that the cross silhouette SD kits are hands down the best ones. I mean, you get the most detail. I have to say that even though the nubs on the pieces on your sprue are really close, it's hard to get a good clip with your nippers. They're in really inconspicuous spaces, so there are only maybe 3 or 4 nub marks that I would be really offended by seeing. Most of them are kind of tucked either to the inside of joints or the inside of legs, things like that, which is actually showing a lot of forethought. As far as just general kits, I think that they're good. They're definitely not the best that I've seen. They're fun little builds. You can knock them out in less than an hour. And if you wanted to customize them, I think you could have a lot of fun with that. I probably will butcher these guys somehow. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this has been helpful for you. I hope that you learned the lesson that I did. Always read the reviews and understand things such as the fact that, again, these are SD kits that are compatible with the cross silhouette frame. It doesn't actually come with the cross silhouette frame. So that was a misunderstanding on my part. If you guys enjoy seeing these kind of unboxings and quick builds, let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. I will catch you later.
Hey guys, if you like that video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you really like the video, check out my merch available on Society 6 and DM's Guild. Links below in the description. New products added every week. Thanks. Catch you later.